Get ready for the ride of your lives as we explore the exhilarating world of the 2024 Bajaj Pulsar NS400z. My name is Ashwin Saroday. I'm an automotive influencer based out of Mumbai, and today I'm going to ride this beautiful looking motorcycle, that is the NS400z. I'm going to tell you all about what the features are in this motorcycle, how this motorcycle rides, and I'm going to tell you who should buy this motorcycle and who should not. So come join this experience of mine to know what this motorcycle is all about. So 10 years ago, the Duke 390 was launched at the same price, that's 1,85,000. And what an irony that right after 10 years, you see the biggest Pulsar, that's the NS400, priced at the same price with a complete package of whatever you're getting right now. So is this motorcycle just a price gimmick, or does it ride to what it actually stands for? That's what we are going to find out in this video. So watch the video till the end. Talking about the exterior and the design of the motorcycle, there was a lot of disappointment with the current NS owners because they wanted something out of the box. They didn't want something that is similar looking to the NS200, which you see with this kind of a motorcycle. But believe me, in flesh, this motorcycle looks pretty big due to the UHD forks. Plus, the tank is also much chunkier. And if you ask me personally, this motorcycle has a combined kind of a Pulsar feeling right from the N series to the NS series, that is. And if you see the frame of the motorcycle directly comes from the Dominar. So we had that kind of thing in our mind, whether the NS200 frame could take the capacity of this 373cc engine. But no, that's not the case. Here you get the Dominar frame, and it is pretty much capable of handling the 400cc or the 373cc engine that you get here. Well, if you see the tank that's taken from the NS200, it's a 12-liter tank, should give you a mileage around 28.5 kilometers per liter. You get a split seat that adds to the sportiness of the motorcycle. You see these grab rails here, and if you see the vinyl work, you see the complete new vinyl work here with the NS branding here. Plus, if you see down, that's the 400 branding there, and the engine is completely blacked out. The tires, if you see, you get MRF tires. The front tire is not radial, but the rear tire is radial, and you also get an offset mud guard here that adds to the sportiness of the motorcycle. You get a nice LED setup here behind, and if you see about the headlights, you see this distinctive kind of a Z that you see here with these DRLs, and you get this projector headlamps here, which look pretty nice, which sets it apart from the NS200 again. Talking about the levers, obviously you all know till now you get adjustable levers, both the brake and the clutch. They are to 5 steps adjustable, and now the main part, that is the handlebar, is hydrofoamed. So hydrofoamed handlebars are more resilient and can take up more absorption of those uneven roads. So that's another set that you get. Obviously the Dominar mirrors are back here, and the seats are pretty comfortable. If I show you how I look on the motorcycle, this is how I sit. So I am 5'10", and the motorcycle's seat height is around 805 mm. So even if you are around 5'6", 5'7", you should be able to ride this motorcycle pretty easily. Shouldn't have an issue with that. And this is my riding stance. My feet are set a little bit aggressive. Obviously it's a street fighter, so it has to be a little aggressive, but I'm sitting at probably a little bit of a lean in front, but not too much. I'm sitting at a pretty comfortable stance, so I would call it somewhere neutral. It's not too aggressive or it's not too comfortable. It's somewhere sitting in between. If you see this part here, you get this extension of from the tank to the engine, which adds to the sportiness of the motorcycle. Plus, if you see these inlets, so these are mostly for aesthetic reasons. You get that kind of an engine cowl there that adds to the sportiness again. You here kind of get this fox carbon kind of a finish, and those spokes are also pretty much neat. The motorcycle weighs around 174 kgs, so it's not very heavy. You don't feel that kind of heaviness, but yes, it's a little bit heavy, but the power to ratio should be okay. We're going to ride this now and check that out with the ride review. Well, as you all know, the NS400Z gets the engine of the Dominar, but yes, the power to weight ratio is different. This motorcycle is around 13 to 14 kgs lighter than the Dominar. So obviously it has that little bit of punch there, much better than the Dominar. But don't expect it to be like as aggressive like the KTM 390, because that's a maddening machine. So this is a tad different than the 390, a tad slow I would say, and not that thrill seeking. Even with the ride by a wire, when I was throttling it out, I found a little bit of lag here. Could be an issue with the fueling too, I'm not too sure about that. Bajaj has to check that out and sort that out too. Here at the Chakan plant, I hit a top speed around 160. City rides shouldn't be an issue, but the good part is city rides are really sorted because you don't really have to change those gears too much, and that saves a lot of energy and a lot of time too. Well, talking about the ride quality, I would say even though the motorcycle has USDs, I went on the bumpy roads in the cities. I rode this for around 100 kilometers odd, and I had no issues with the bad roads. It took them out pretty decently, pretty well. It's not very stiff and doesn't give you that awkwardness while riding. The rear monoshock, if you see, is 6-step adjustable, and it is right now at the third setting and does a pretty decent job to save your back. The motorcycle, as you see, has a shorter wheelbase, and due to the shorter wheelbase, the corners are really nice. I really felt while taking those corners there, the corners were pretty sharp and crisp, and I did not have any issues while maneuvering the motorcycle. Obviously, in the city, the front feels a little more heavier, or rather a little bit front heavy, but once you have that speed, it shouldn't be an issue at all. Well, talking about the vibrations, anything about 3000 RPM, you'll definitely feel those vibrations on your foot pegs and a little bit on your handlebars. So your ride is going to be a little vibey, if not very smooth. But the engine seems to be pretty nice. The frame seems to be taking that load and that capability of that 373cc engine. If you see, the ground clearance is around 165 mm, and though the ground clearance seems to be less on paper, I didn't have any issues even though I was riding with the pillion. My ride was pretty decent and pretty smooth. Talking about the brakes, well, the brakes are not as sharp. Obviously, you get dual channel ABS as standard, but they are not that sharp. They are a little spongy, obviously, at the higher speeds, but when you're doing decent speeds, it shouldn't be an issue. The clutch is pretty smooth, even the gear shifts are nice and smooth, and I had no issues with either of them. Finally, the tech is up with the NS400Z, wherein if you see the instrument cluster, it gets an all LCD instrument cluster. You get 4 ABS modes, that's road, sport, rain and off-road. Obviously, the traction can be now switched off, and you can put them on each mode as per the riding conditions. You also get navigation, so you won't get lost. But mind you, Bajaj has never tried to give you that before, because they always wanted you to pay attention on the road. But obviously with peer pressure and due to the selling point of motorcycles, due to the tech now, that's the only reason rather why Bajaj has got all these functions up all for you. So these were my impressions of the all-new 2024 Bajaj Pulsar NS400Z. To sum it all up, this motorcycle is for somebody who would want to take it for a daily office routine and probably would take it once out for a Sunday ride. This is a do-everything motorcycle which would take you out probably for a date, or which would also go to D-Mart and get any of your groceries too. So yes, if there's any kind of questions that you would like to ask, leave them in the comment section. I would love to answer them. If I have missed out any points about this motorcycle, you can hit me up again. Thank you so much for watching. Do share this video with all your friends. I would really appreciate that. And if you like the video, do hit the like button and leave a comment too. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care of your families and yourselves. See you from Biker Dad Life. Take care. Bye-bye.